will tell you, well, you really can't know God. Hey, my God says I can have a relationship with Him. You know what a relationship is?
Yes.
It's when two people know each other. And they do for each other. See, sometimes we don't feel worthy of that, but you know what? That's the great thing about the relationship. God does it because He loved us. See, it was not because we loved Him. Because the love that we showed to Him is what put Him on the cross. No love at all. But the love that Jesus gave to us is what makes the difference. The love that comes into your heart. See, we've had quite a bit of things go on with people. And you know, it could have went one way or it could have went the other. But through God's love, He reached down and He touched.
Yes. Yes. Amen.
See, it ain't because we deserved it, honey.
Right.
It's because He loved us.
Amen.
Yes.
See, I'm glad that I didn't get what I deserved.
Right.
Mercy is not getting what you deserve. But grace
Yes.
is getting what you did not deserve.
Hey.
See, you could have looked at, Paul could have looked at those there in Athens and said, you don't deserve it. And really, you could look back in the Old Testament, and God said, do not make unto thee any graven image. Do not worship anything but me. Hey, one of the commands that was given to Moses says, if you find it among the children of Israel, take them out to the gate, outside the city, and stone them there. But Jesus gave mercy. And you know, Paul, he understood mercy. Because there was a time his name was Saul. And he was very zealous. He was devoted to what he was doing. And you know what his devotion was?
Yes.
To go get slick-haired preachers and take them and kill them. Hey, brother, that's yours. I'd rather have them look like they're scared to death than to desert it. But he was very zealous about it. And he was going until one day God caught him on the road to Damascus.
Right.
God knew what he was doing. God knew where he was going.
Yeah.
And Jesus knocked him off his high horse right there.
Yes. Amen.
Up until then, he was very devoted and he was very zealous about what he was doing. But you know what? He was zealous for the wrong reason and for the wrong thing. Why? Because at that time, Jesus was an unknown God to him. See, Paul knew whereof he spoke. Because Paul ignorantly done those things that he done.
Right.
Because he did not know who Jesus was. He had seen him. He had heard all the stories. He had probably even seen him in the city of Jerusalem or wherever he was at and going back. I know Paul had to have heard about him because Paul learned at the feet of Gamaliel. Hey. But the thing about it was, until that day on the road to Damascus, he was an unknown God to him. See, sometimes, church, that's why they make fun. And that's why sometimes when you invite them to church, they don't always come because, see, he's an unknown God to them.
Right.
But you know how they can learn who the unknown God is? Through you.
Right.
Some of you, your testimonies prove beyond the shadow of a doubt
Right.
who that unknown God is. Some of you've been healed. They looked at it and they said, there ain't no way. Some of you have been as far as being on life support. Some of you have been as far as the doctors were just waiting for you to die. But God stepped in. And you say, what have I got to give? You can let somebody know about that unknown God.
Amen.
You say, well, people know who Jesus is. They don't have him in their heart. They really do not know who Jesus is.
Amen.
How do you know him? Get a relationship with him. See, before I met Frida, I knew who she was. But I really didn't know her. After we're married, I've become where I know her better. See, that's the thing about it is, when you accept Christ in your heart, you're going to begin to know him and know him better. And we will be able to go and be with him for eternity. You know, I used to say spin, but you know what spin means? That it can be used up. But the thing about it is, whenever you go to be with them for eternity. I don't know your relationship with God today, but you do. You know whether you know Jesus or not. You know. Chad, you got to give me Jesus.